Always great to have folks from the Shreveport Little Theater in. Tickets available, by the way. I'll throw that out first. Shreveport Little Theater. That's RE. .com. In studio is, are actresses Elise Birmingham and Liesl Cruz. The stars, it says right here, the stars of the play. It's called Cry It Out. Opens this weekend or next?
The 10th.
Next weekend. Okay, so you got a little time. So you'll be here for a week to talk about it. That's excellent. Cry It Out. Who does what? What's it about? Because Shreveport, traditionally, your stuff is pretty awesome.
So Cry It Out is a play about postpartum moms. There's 3 different moms.
Excuse me just a second.
I need to hear this.
Yes, you do.
Been there, done that.
Okay, now, I don't mean to be tasteless or tacky. Is it a comedy?
Well, there are comedic moments, but I think overall it's got some deeper
Undertones.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, you need to listen to this.
I am.
Having had, and I'm being totally serious, having fought, having battled postpartum depression after number 2, right? After
Yes.
the second child. Talk to them about this. You know way more than I do.
So is this going to go into how many women it impacts and how important it is and what you can do? Cry It Out sounds like that's what you do.
Right. So I think it's less about like the statistics, and I think it's a little more about how moms deal with postpartum differently. So there's
So
like
you're drinking on stage.
Yes, lots and lots of coffee. A drink of choice for new moms.
Right, for sure. So it's a little less about like how many it affects, but more so that moms can relate to the 3 women that are going to be on the stage.
Okay, and these are 3 women that are going through very similar circumstances.
Yes, so it's 3 women who are postpartum, but they're from 3 different socioeconomic backgrounds, and so it really gets into how socioeconomics and postpartum and moms interplay and how that changes how they're able to handle.
How severe? Because, I know a little bit about this, and I know for some people it can be really, really severe. Does it go that deep?
I think it plays with the idea that it could be. So there's like a few situations that lead you to believe that someone may or may not have postpartum depression. But I think it's more focused on maybe more of like the job aspect and like working moms and dealing with work and baby.
Pardon me, but neither of you ladies, neither Elise nor Liesl, you are hardly long in the tooth. Are either of you mothers? Was there anything that helped you identify with this? Or for the role, did you go talk to people maybe who had, like Aaron, for example, and I'm being pretty serious. Did you go talk to people and said, have you dealt with this? Can you help me out with this? Can you help me figure out, what makes this character tick?
Yes, I'm actually 7 weeks postpartum myself with my 3rd child. So I have gone through this several times.
You weigh 112. What the hell, kid?
Well, thank you.
She had a 1-pound baby.
Yeah, it happens.
No, I was going to say all my babies have been pretty average.
Wow.
But so the play really spoke to me. There have been multiple times as I was going through the script with my husband, and I was like, I have said that exact same thing, or my girlfriend has said that to me as we've been struggling with, do we go back to work? How do we care for our babies? Oh my goodness, just the struggle with breastfeeding and things like that.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the gopher-shaped table,
Right,
ye
yeah,
childless.
Totally childless.
What did you do? How did you get ready for this?
So my brother has 3 kids, and I spent a lot of time babysitting them. Whenever his first was born, his oldest, Pierce, I was 18, and he lived in our house a lot. So, so there was a lot of times where I was babysitting baby, and dealing with that sort of thing, but nothing like
since
motherhood.
acting is sort of it's what's the word I'm looking for?
Hobby?
It's a fluid process. And it's an evolving process. And the play doesn't open. Cry It Out, Shreveport Little Theater next weekend. If you, postpartum mom, and I'm being kind of serious here, if they were to ask you a question about how do you play a woman with postpartum depression, what advice would you give them?
Ooh.
Other than the title, Cry It Out.
My advice to women who are going through it is talk about it. Talk to women in your life that you care about, that care about you. Talk about it, because you will be surprised how many women have gone through the exact same thing, correct?
Right.
And that's what you need to do. Is it a date night? theater? I mean, is it a bring your hubby to this show?
I think if you want to include them into the conversation, for sure. I think it's definitely a date night thing. I think it's especially gonna be relatable for moms. I mean, moms are just gonna go crazy about it.
So showtimes, you guys, is there a Thursday or are you opening next Friday?
So it's gonna be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday and Saturday at 7:30, and then Sunday at 2.
And Shreveport Little Theater, THEATRE. Is it .com or .org? I always
.com.
forget.
.com.
ShreveportLittleTheater.com. It does sound kind of interesting.
It really does. It's Cry It Out. Opens January 10th. Runs through the 12th. Thank
Ladies,
you.
Elise Birmingham, Liesl Cruz, Shreveport Little Theater Cry It Out opens next weekend. Take a look at the website for info and tickets. Ladies, great job.
Thank you so
very
much.
much.